Dream big, aim high, start small. Start very small so that you can make an impact in this world. Start very small so that you can focus on one of your strongest skills. Start very small that it is very easy for you to do that skill. Start very small so that you build a discipline around your super skill. Dear friends, high performance entrepreneurs, thank you for coming and joining for the 20th day of our High Performance Entrepreneur Series, creating and growing the right workplace culture. A very important topic that we all need when we have a business. Now, I have Jasir, who is my LinkedIn coach, to take you through this session. So, Jasir, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Kabir. Thank you. It's great to be here. Good evening, everyone. Joining from India. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. So today's topic is creating and growing the right workplace culture. So we have two distinguished speakers here with us. We have Prasida Nair, who is the founder of Destination Workplace. She believes that you know uh, working with people, having the right people, and encouraging the right culture leads to the best profits. So welcome, Prasida.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Yasser.
Hi, Jasir. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Right. Sorry, I was on mute. And we have Shahid here, who is a co-founder and CEO at Codafin, and he believes in upscaling the tech skills in order to help people with their life skills. So welcome, Shahid.
Thank you very much, Yasir. Thanks for having me.
Thank you both for joining us, and we also have Sakshi here, and we have people listening. So the Semi, Abdurrafi, Manu Keke, Awang, Alicia, Boinoy, Salman, Isuke, Jyotika, Siddiq. Thank you all for joining. And please, like we always say, please follow each other and connect with each other. It's a great place to network. And please raise your hand if you want to come up to speak. So we'll start with the speakers first and then move on to the audience. Let's start. Let's dive right into the topic. So creating and growing the right workplace culture. So let's start with what's workplace culture. Prasida.
Yeah, hi. Uh, Before I start, I thank you so much for this opportunity, Kabir, and the entire team behind the Entrepreneur Series, High Performance Entrepreneur Series, and a big hi to everybody listening and all the speakers, my co-speakers. Um, if I have to directly answer what is workplace culture, then I would say, as the technical definition goes, it's about the shared values, goals, attitudes, and practices that are seen in a workplace. But I would like to take it a little more in a simplified format. How do you know what kind of a culture runs in your workplace? So, if you take an average employee experience, what and how does your employee feel about his work, or what his colleagues discuss over the coffee or over a phone call, or what vibes does your employee carry after work, and what drives your employee to come back to work the next day? Is he motivated or is he pushing himself? So if you find the answers to these questions on an average, you understand what culture runs in your organization. And believe me, workplace culture is your secret. It's your key to the growth and success of an organization. I would call it, as people rightly say, it's a DNA of your business. And people who get workplace culture right does wonders. We've seen so many companies like the huge, humongous organizations like Netflix, like Google, who got it right at the correct time, and we have seen them propel and grow every single time. It's not only about the huge organizations. It's any a small organization. Even if you're an organization of 5 to 10 people to a multinational organization, you always have an opportunity to set things right before things tumble down.
All right. Thank you so much, Prasida. So it's one of the most important things that a business, a startup especially, has to get it right from the very beginning.
Absolutely, Jasir, because most of the times what happens, I'm sure we all are aware of this very it's a golden quote that culture eats strategy for breakfast. You may have the best startup idea, you may have the bestest strategy, the bestest people from the market on board with you, but if you don't have a culture that supports each other, the culture that understands each other, or you don't have that employee voice or the safety so that people speak up, then you, whatever it is, you may have the bestest of the best, but still you lack the growth. And many times, people in companies, they just question each other sitting in the boardrooms like, oh my god, we are providing everything, we are providing them the training that they want, and we are providing them the perks and the vending machines, and we have upgraded our workspace to a nice and bright and the in line with today's expectations of millennials and Gen Zs, but still people are not giving their fullest. We are not able to tap the potential. So it's about not only about startups, even about the companies. If you look into any company at this point of time, if you ask any employee how they feel, then you get the answer of what right workplace culture is all about.
Right. Uh, Talking about that, I mean, um, doing that, I mean, rolling it out in a startup. Let me ask Shahid, what's been your experience with company culture? How have you been as a new startup in been implementing this?
Hello, everyone. Before I start, let me thank Kabir, Jasir, and everyone behind this audio room. I'm new to this audio room. It's just only been my third or fourth session, but I must say you guys are doing an amazing job. And I have already been learning a lot more things I would have done otherwise. So, company culture, and when I heard about today's topic, this is exactly what I really wanted to learn because our startup Codafin is about upskilling students or everyone who is interested in learning how technology skills can be used as a life skills add-on. So we thought like we have students from over 15 countries. So one of the challenges we face is they're all from diverse backgrounds. I did my master's in London. I'm from India. And when I moved there, that was a time when I realized, okay, the importance of knowing cultures and, how to behave accordingly. There are a lot of factors which we might keep in my mind. And after that, I moved to Dubai, and Dubai is also a multicultural city. And the company I worked for, we had a diverse workforce. So we had a system in place, and I used to enjoy and love that system. So when I came back to India to start Codafin, this was one of the things I had in my mind. When we build something, we have to have this company culture in place from the very beginning. So I believe it's time for us to scale up now. So this is the right time for us to think seriously about building the right company culture. So one of the challenges we face is like we have students from different countries. We often deal with students entirely different culture. So some of the teachers we have, they may not be familiar with the kind of culture they are. They work remotely in most cases. So this is exactly what I want to know. What will be the best way forward for us when we try to build a company culture or to understand more about a diverse, client base or a student base out there, how will we train our teachers to be prepared to deal with a diverse culture? So, Prasida, if you could just shed some light on that, that will be really, really helpful for us. And I believe many more in the audience. So they might all be interested in knowing how could a company or a startup aiming to scale up to preparing to deal with a diverse culture, what would be the best way for us to go take it forward?
Hi, Shahid, sorry. See, I would first of all like to really appreciate your thought of, setting the culture right, because I see that you're on a right path. Why? Because even many companies who are established still don't shed enough light on this greatest strategy that is called as a workplace culture. So, as far as I understand, uh, from your from what you spoke now, is that you're trying to scale up, and you need to align your people in understanding what a healthy and a positive workplace culture is all about, right?
That's exactly that. You're right.
Yeah. So, first of all, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Like, as you rightly stated, now you're in the process of leveling up, scaling up your business, and definitely you have come from A to point B now, right? So you
True.
have set your goals, you have set your mission, you have set your vision, and you follow certain values, which are, your way forward. So,
True.
is your staff aware of what is the mission of your organization? What is the vision of your organization? And what values do they carry? I mean, it's not just a personal question to you, but it's a generalized question, right?
I
So,
hear you.
they,
Yep.
yes, they have the passion that Shahid shows to Codafin, the same
Yep.
passion, the same passion and the same mission and vision they should also follow. They, for that, you always need to instigate this values and mission and vision in them from time to time, so that they and you are aligned on the same page and you collectively talk about a futuristic Codafin. You get my point?
True. I hear you.
Yeah. So the first things first, be clear with the mission and vision and the values. Second thing, ask them or let them know the value of their, value of their involvement in your business. Many a times what happens is, we just go to work and we just come back in the evening not knowing, like we're doing the whole day work as a process, as like ABCD, and we're just finishing off and coming. But
Yep.
many a times we don't know how huge is my contribution towards the success of my organization. And how do I know it as an employee? Only when my team leader or my organization lets me know that I am a part of, I am a feather to the wing to where this, organization is taking off. So, and also at the same time, you should make your staff understand that they add value and purpose through the work that they do. So instill, first of all, let them share the same vision, mission, passion as you do.
Uh-huh.
Second of all, yeah.
Please go ahead, please.
Yeah. Second of all, let them know that they are important. Let them know that they are valued. Let them know that they are adding meaning to, probably taking your start off to a unicorn. So let them know that they contribute, and together when you share that dream, you can definitely, help it to, just because sky is the limit in that case.
That was awesome. Actually, this is something we have been trying to implement since day one. When we have someone on board, this is the first thing what we try to tell them is this is what we aim. This is what the motto of the company is. But then again, when we launched Codafin, it was just before the pandemic hit, and everything went into a different mode than what we expected it, and we started working remote. So although we try our best to build a company culture, we still have challenges. So, and going forward, we believe this is the way forward. Remote work will remain here. So, what I'm really interested to know is, in a remote work culture, what will be the best way for us to build a company culture, especially when we don't actually get to meet all of them face to face or in one place? So, what are your thoughts on this one? What will be the best way forward for a company like us, working primarily remote? So, what will be the best way for us to build a company culture that is a right workplace culture?
Yeah. Even before everyone logs in the their timings, or whenever they are attending their clients, to the time they see off work, there should be engagement from the company's side. As I mentioned again, that it's remote and it's very difficult to bring that spirit of team. Just it's not as easy as how it is on a face to face basis when it is online, and you have so many activities that you can do for them. You can build them together, you can bring them together as a team. You could have, how often do you have like discussions when they all sit together as one team, and share some common experiences, some common challenges that they faced, or some common, you should have regular meetings with them as a team, so that because when we are together in an office, probably we share our difficulties from time to time. But when we are on an online platform and sitting in different places of the world, probably we don't find it as easy to find someone to just to share our problems at that point of time. It could be just your team leader for that matter. So when you can try to bring them collectively under one umbrella time to time, and let them discuss their challenges. The probably it could be some technical glitches, or probably it could be some handling of situations like that, but they have to share their positives and negatives. If you have something that has been done incredibly over the week, or someone has added more clients and all, you should send out emails. You should celebrate your employees in every possible way that you can. So for that, we have so many tools right now on so many softwares and so many tools that you can use to make them feel that they are not alone, to make them feel that they are a team, and always let them know that any point of time you have a back. You can you can be we are there at any point of time when you need us. So building that faith and trust in them, so that they feel more accountable towards their work.
Right.
That's really great. That's yeah. Yes, yes.
Uh, yeah. You just took it to. I mean, you just dive deep into some of those things. I actually wanted to, go back and ask some other, basic things before we dive deep, because a lot of people are new to this. So, my questions were about, like, what are the real benefits of having the right having the right company culture done. I mean, uh, so if you can elaborate on that a bit, and then we come back to the discussion.
Yeah. So a company culture, if you can just divide into two portions, it's like a positive company culture and a negative company culture. So whatever I'm saying about the benefits of a positive company culture, the benefits that a company who stresses on developing a great culture reaps, and opposite is what happens in an organization that doesn't focus on a positive on building a great work culture. So if you begin with, it's all about how your employee feels. It's it's probably quite similar to the discussion that I was having with Shahid at this point of time. It's how when you are in a positive work culture, when you enter your organization, when you start your day, you feel like you belong there. You feel like you do something for your organization. And see, there are two things to it. We can take it on an employee, to the eyes of an employee, and to the eyes of an organization. As an employee, what do I want? As an employee, I want to be in a place where I'm seen, where I'm heard, where I feel belong to, where I'm appreciated, and where I'm recognized, where I'm financially rewarded, right? And as an organization, or as a leader, or as a CEO, or as a management, what do I want? I want a workforce which is creative, which is productive, who are go-getters, and who are ready to go that extra mile whenever I need. And what is that which connects both of these sides of the balance as a catalyst is what kind of an environment are you providing them for them to build to bring in the best of their potential so that they thrive and my business thrives together. It's a very very simple equation. When your employees thrive, your business thrives. When your employees are not engaged, you don't have happy customers, you don't have growth there. For a sustainable business growth, always it's very essential to have happy and engaged employees. In fact, there are three categories of employees, I would say: satisfied employees, engaged employees, and inspired employees. So satisfied, are they okay? They are okay with whatever the treatment they are getting, and they wouldn't be ready to go to the next level. So the next level of employees are called as engaged employees, who are one step ahead of your satisfied employees. And the inspired employees are those who take a more amount of ownership and accountability of their jobs. So as you build in the culture, you elevate your employees from being satisfied or just being happy to inspired ones. So the more inspired employees you have, see, I've seen cases where profitability has doubled and tripled, or x to x folds actually, where you set the workplace culture right.
Thank you so much for saying that. So, I want to take Kabir's opinion on the employee workplace culture, and he has had many startups. Some of them failed, some of them have been really successful. So, um, Kabir, what has been your experience, and how do you understand company culture?
For startups, the main thing is that before I recruit anyone, I sit with them with a session, like be with them, and I convey the soul of the company. This is it. I give them the vision and mission where we are going, so that all of them are clear on that. And apart from this, another thing is a monthly meeting we do in which we reiterate the same thing. So this is one thing which I usually do with all my team.
Right. So, for me personally, I've worked with MNCs as well as startups, and co-founded a couple of companies as well. And this has always fascinated me how great big companies have always focused on the employees. Some of them say treat your employees right, and they'll treat your customers right. There's always this focus on your employee well-being. So, what do you think the entrepreneurs or solopreneurs or those small business owners? What do you think they're going wrong, Kabir?
Just sorry, I missed the question once more.
I mean, we already heard this from many of the big startups and founders like Richard Branson, or people about treating your employees right, and they treat your customers right, or they focus on them good employee management, or building the right workplace culture. So, my question is like, where do entrepreneurs or small business owners miss out on this? I mean, what could be the reason um, uh, they're missing this point?
Usually, what happens is that you keep try to keep you try to do it all by yourself. So that is sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can, we can. Yeah.
This is one thing. See, even I try to do this, or any startup or any business try to do this. They will know they'll have to do this way. But that is when you are in your business, you'll lose the focus. You can't do everything by your own. So that is where I see a person like Prasida being a coach to the organization can bring an impact. I think any startup, any entrepreneur, any solopreneur, okay, it's like they alone, but anyone having a workforce under them, all comes with the same thing. Everyone wants them to convey this message. Everyone wants to help their employees be the best. Everyone has this vision, and everyone wants their employees to understand what they're doing. But the problem is that when you go forward, you get diluted. It's not because you want to. The problem is that circumstances come in. There will be 100 things that will come in and make you engaged in it. But for me, no. See, if I would have taken a few years back, I used to do this, so the effectiveness goes. But now, see, if you're hiring Prasida, the advantage is that I convey it to a person, I delegate it to a person, I delegate to my partner, then they take care of it. So they have a track of it. So this is one thing. And apart from that, usually what happens is that we give this to our HR team. So all of us are in the same cup. No one can see us out from an eagle's eye or an outer perspective. So whenever I tell anyone, now whichever startups I consult nowadays, I tell them always have coaches outside your key partners outside your organization so that it'll be more effective. So this is one thing I would like to tell. It is not no organization, no startup, no business. Everyone wants to do it right. The problem is that they know how to do it right. The problem is that going forward, it gets diluted for them. So for that, the best way is to hire a coach or a person or an organization to help them build it. I hope it answers.
Kabir, I also want to add on a few points. Jasir, is it okay? Am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead, Prasida. Sorry, I was on mute.
Hello, am I audible now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So Jasir is still in a travel on the continuation of his yesterday. He's there. So I'll take off from here.
Yeah.
So it's half an hour. So we'll also call people from the audience. Before that, Prasida, would you like to add few more things so that after that we can have the
Yeah.
audience? Like we would like to anyone would like to have ask Prasida the questions. Could raise your hands and I'll bring you up so that let's now take it interactive. Now you heard from the panel. So Prasida, you could continue, and after that, meanwhile, I'll pull up people from to the stage.
Sure. So when we say about workplace culture, it's a collective things of different understandings, assumptions that we, that behaviors that are tolerated in a workplace. The understandings that we have about a workplace. Why it builds is because we all are different individuals. We are like for just take a small team of 25 people. Now, every single person has their own personal traits, beliefs, cultures, previous work experience. So when I join a company, I bring it all along with me. So does the other 24 people in my team or in my organization. So a workplace culture, even if you try to build it or not, it organically exists in a workplace. But how to identify? A very simple formula is what is the best behavior that is appreciated, or what is this, or I can say this, what is the smallest achievement that is appreciated and recognized, and what is the biggest mistakes or biggest toxic behavior that is tolerated in your workplace. If you can identify these two things, you can easily get the answer whether you're working in a workplace which has a positive culture or a negative culture. Because end of the day, it all boils down to people and their behaviors and the way they are treated and the way they are made to feel when they are at work.
Okay. Thank you, Prasida. So now, Sakshi, can I hear from you?
Yeah, thank you, Kabir. So, absolutely. I mean, in a span of 2 years, I mean, I have somebody who have worked for corporate in 6, 7 months. I have an experience of startup and a freelancing too. So, basically, my motive of speaking all this is like, irrespective of whether you work in an MNC, corporate, or any startup business, the right workplace culture is really very important. And it's my very like personally I have seen it like when I started my first job. It was written like I have some health issues, and at that time my company literally helped me a lot. And that was the workplace culture which actually helped me, being in a very right mindset. I was able to manage both the things up, and then I was able to continue my work as well. But I have a question for you, Prasita ma'am.
Yeah, hi Sakshi, go ahead, please.
Okay, so sometimes what happened, but now when I am being in a freelancing and a business, and I have some, juniors, like under me, I feel like, their personal things or their personal problems might affect. Like I am a person who do believe that, being a leader, apart from just being professional, personal touch is also important to understand your employee emotionally, mentally, and every level. But sometimes, if it is a very, sometimes these things impact the work as well. So, how do you maintain a balance between these two things?
Yeah. So, see, of course, anybody who works for an organization, anybody who has signed up to work for an organization has, or any place, even in case of freelancers, one basic fundamental minimum expectation is the set of duties and responsibilities that they have to perform, right? And now is understanding the boundaries of not performing, the reasons for not performing. And if it is more on a personal level, then definitely there could be it could be any reasons for that matter. It could be health related issues, it could be family related issues. If they need any kind of support and motivation, then as you said, definitely you're there for them to motivate and do it. But sometimes people need that space and time, again not in a prolonged period of time, like but we may then certainly move on the responsibilities to some other, we can shoulder the responsibilities of that person, share with somebody else, let the person take that time to come out of the trauma that he or she is undergoing, and then be on track. Many a times people lack workplace, but in your case you're really very lucky to be in a workplace who understood your health condition and who shared that, who gave you that space to come out of it in a very positive way, right? uh, Very opposite, I had one of my personal experiences where I was not able to attend my daughter's birthday party on time because of the toxic culture that I was in. And at that time you just feel lost, you just feel, what if they just understood my situation? What if they could feel the way I'm feeling? So in that case, it's good to feel the person. It's good to guide the person. It's good to motivate the person and help him come out temporarily from that, shoulder his or her responsibility, and get the person going on track.
Hi,
Yeah.
Sakshi, it answers. Sujit, I'm trying to bring you up, but I think there's a LinkedIn glitch. Can you just go out and come to the room and raise the hands? I think there's a glitch on the room. This happens. I'm trying to bring you up. So, who wants to interact can raise your hands and come up.
Hi,
Sakshi,
Kabir. Just in the meantime, can I ask Sakshi something?
sure, sure. Please.
Hi, Sakshi. I understand that you have been working freelance for a while now. So, due to the nature of the business we are in, we tend to work with a lot of freelancers these days. So, I'm just trying to understand when we are trying to build a company culture, especially when we have to deal with the freelancers. So, it's really hard for us to convey the message that because just in most cases they are freelancers, they are barely, the kind of commitment we can expect from them is very, very minimal. So, what will be your thoughts, or if you could just, what will be the kind of company culture you would prefer working as a freelancer, so that it will be easier for us to implement such, going by your experience.
Okay, thanks, Shahid. So, Shahid, you want me to answer as somebody who is, appointing freelancer, or somebody who is working as a freelancer for a company?
If I got it right, you have been working you also work as a freelancer for other companies, right? Eh, is that right? Oh. Hello, hi. Am I audible?
Shahid, are you there?
Yeah, okay. Let me just, can I repeat my question? Yeah. I was just asking, like, you have been working as a freelancer you also work with other companies, other organizations as a freelancer, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So, what will be the kind of company culture, what will be the sort of company culture which you would want to associate yourself with as a freelancer? So, if I understand that better, maybe it will be easier for us to work with freelancers and create a company culture that will go, hand in hand with the kind of freelancers we want to work with.
Okay, okay, absolutely got your question, Shahid.
Yeah.
So, obviously, the basic elements which we were talking about or discussing about the way back, Rasida was also talking about that, it should not be an ABC. Like, if, I am somebody and I am reporting to you, Shahid, I really want myself to be valued and, at the same time recognized for whatever work I did. So it's not just as a freelancer I am doing my work and I'm just getting paid. No, I see that if I am a freelancer and I'm doing a certain project, I want to get a credit for that project, and also I want to recognize more in that organization. So I really want to associate myself with the organization where I feel, more recognized. So like, my company was very good, but I won't take a name, but one of the startup I started working, and it was really, really very toxic. And the thing was like, Sakshi, do it the way I said, don't use your brain. So these were the words of my boss, and he said that don't use your brain. So this is something which I would never be appreciated, and so this is something I won't. But I said the basic elements, which is like, recognition, opportunities for growth, and the more important to understand that, as Prasida said, that the people are not even empathetic towards you, that you have some health issues, or you have some traumas, or you even have some celebrations at your home. So at least, it's very important for public, like, for people, normal people, have to at least be humans and, be empathetic towards their freelancers or employees.
Thank you, actually. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. Proceed. Now that you have heard from a
Yeah,
freelancer, so
Shahid,
what will be the best way for us to build a strategy, a company culture based, or if you were to work with freelancers in that case?
See, again, it's about understanding each other. Whether you would like to work. One simple sentence would be, are you both culturally fit for each other? Okay, that is, do your values and if you have a freelancer coming up to you, and does he share the same kind of values? And I would not say mission and vision. Definitely you will help them merge with your mission and vision, but do you have that sense of purpose and sense of value towards a collective object? That is the first thing that you have to do. Then align yourself. Then once you're okay, and you have to also check the credibility of the person. Credibility in terms of references and referrals, whether you are a fit to each other, whether you they can provide some. I mean, not on a very strict way, but then still, if they have any earlier work experiences where they could share experiences, and the best thing I would say is, instead of letting things from them, you can spill your beans. You can say, for example, it's Prasita, this way is how we work here. These are the things that are, this is the things that are tolerated, these are the things that are not tolerated, these are the things that are expectations, 1 2 3 4. Do you think you would be a cultural fit here? The same strategy, Shahid, that we use for hiring. What is a common mistake that we're doing on a conventional or traditional basis is, we just look at the pedigree, we just look at the experiences, the years of experiences, and we appoint that person, thinking that he is the right fit. But how about the cultural fit? Does that person also asks you, like, this is my expectation towards work, this is the way that I can work, these are the hours that I can do, I cannot be available after this time, is it okay for me to adjust this kind of working to be okay with your organization? So leverage your conversation. Give yourself the space, and give yourself the safety, psychological safety, to talk to each other, to understand each other's needs and limitations before going ahead. That is what I can say. Is that okay for you? I mean, is the answer okay for you?
Thank you so much, Prasida. That answers my question, I believe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prasida. So now next we have Amin. You're there?
Yeah,
Can I have a
yeah,
question?
uh, yeah. I have a question for Prasida. Yeah, working in a startup, right? We have to do some work that need to be done tomorrow. That should be there. There will be a problem for making a work culture in that situation, right? It will be crisis. We have to do some teaching. We have to do some MVP tomorrow. We have to do some features, right? It will be spontaneous.
Yeah.
We then how can we achieve some workspace culture in that situation as well?
Uh, so sorry
You
for
got my
I
question?
mean, yeah,
Prasida.
yeah, I understood. I understood. I mean,
No,
in that
Yeah,
case,
sure.
the first thing, as
Prasida.
it's continuation to what I was, yeah, someone
Prasida,
called
no,
me.
no, Kabir here. I mean, can you introduce yourself? Because he's a founder of a startup and he's a student also at engineering college.
Ah,
Yeah,
great,
Yeah.
so
great.
that let him introduce so that I wanted
Oh, okay.
you to get comments of it. I mean, please do introduce
Yeah.
yourself so that they know.
Yeah. I'm a junior of Kabir. I'm from Kusat. I'm data IT final year. I just found a startup, no time. Basically, we are helping students to get into jobs as soon as possible in the college itself. They don't have to drop out from college for the first year, second year, third years as well. They'll be getting freelance work, remote job opportunities, everything for free. We'll be getting paid from companies, and we'll be making some platforms for students and company experts who connect through. That's what we are basically doing. And we are going to uh, create a platform that will be created an MVP by this end of this week. And right now it's a bit hectic. That's why I basically asked this question. Achieving this workspace culture, that's not that's not can be achieved right now in my point of view. But how can be done? You're expert, right? That's what basically I'm
Yeah,
asking.
yeah. I totally understand your question, Amin, and hats off to you, the founder of No Time, and I guess you really don't have time nowadays, right?
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I mean, the first thing you have to do is, it's something that is continuation to what I was answering Shahid's question, is transparency. Whenever you are taking someone on board, be very, very transparent with the duties, responsibilities, the culture, the expectations, and whatever. Like, as you said, we will need people to sometimes work on an emergency basis at night, or we need someone to work in particular time frame, which would be an emergency or which would be a really under a pressurized situation. Are you ready for this challenge? Are you ready to come on board with us, keeping these points in mind? Because definitely we are no startup, and we are in a phase of propelling our business, and we really need to work through this time constraints. Is it okay for you to work? Is it okay for you to understand the challenges? Because what happens, to be very very honest, each and every one of us, especially youngsters, they're very desperate to grab an opportunity, right? So you end up saying, yeah, it's fine with me, I understand, I will do my best, I will do for best for the organization and everything. But you have to sit with the candidate and let him know the pros and cons, the challenges, and the positives. Maybe he can learn something from you in a period of 6 months that he would not learn from any organization in a period of 2 years, for that matter. So be very transparent. Let him know the challenges. Be very very clear right from the start, right from the process of onboarding. And onboarding is something that you really have to take it. People normally, employees and employers, show the glossy side of each other in the honeymoon period, right? When you're together. But once that honeymoon period is over, that onboarding process is over, they find each other like, as if like stuck and lost. Just because they were not, they didn't have an opportunity to get to know each other better. So once you clear your points, the candidate clears his point, then definitely I'm sure you're ready to go. Understanding each other, basically.
Yeah,
Understanding the
that
challenges
answers the
and the
question.
positives.
Yeah, thank you, Prasida.
Okay. So next I have Dr. Sujit Menon. Uh, Dr. Sujit, would love to hear from you.
Good evening, Kabir. How are you guys doing? I think a very, very exciting topic today. I think work culture is a very, very important thing, and I think Prasida has been laying all the fundamentals right. So for me, when I look at this, I think when you get in, and the biggest asset to any organization are the employees. So I think it's the values with which the person comes from, because that cannot be changed. I believe that skills can still be changed in an employee, but values cannot be. So that is what comes with the person. So I think it's to get the vision, the initial period of induction, whether you recruit a trainee or an intern or a middle level employee to a CEO to CFO, whomever you hire. I think the first week of induction and aligning to the corporate objectives sets the organizational culture in an organization. And I think recognizing people, monthly reward system, a culture of trust, and a recognition of people who perform, a kind of annual awards or a quarterly review systems, incentives that you give, annual bonuses that you give in an organization, how well we promote teamwork, and if there is a policy of job rotation. And I think I would like to conclude by saying the values that an employee comes with is the biggest asset to an organization, whether it be responsibility in completing the work on time, having that integrity concept, and not being able to have a conflict of interest with other, friends and colleagues that he knows, and being transparent among organizational employees on work strategies and stuff. And I go back to say that to nurture your employees is like watering a plant. So the more you water and the more you take time and you sow your plants correctly, which are your next in line managers and leaders, they will sow fruits in some time. So give them some time. Sometimes it might just require weeks. Sometimes you might have to wait for a few months, but within a few years, definitely you will see results. So as an entrepreneur, I really value this concept of organizational culture, because of that is wrong, and that is what I mean is the soil. So if the soil is wrong, no matter what kind of plant you grow, it will not grow for a long time. Thank you, and back to you, team. Excellent. Keep going.
Prasida, a few words on that.
Yeah, definitely. Your employees are your real assets, and the values they carry are the bestest of it. So, I mean, I think Sujit has covered it all.
Shahid, would you love to tell something on that?
Well, I'm in complete agreement with Prasita and everyone because it seems like everyone is in common agreement. It seems like employees are the biggest asset, it seems. And the only way for us to take things forward is to create an ecosystem where they are valued, and the challenge is to figure out a way how to make sure that they are valued. That's exactly what the challenge right now. What I believe, just like Kabir mentioned in the beginning, rather than focusing on things which we are not really good at or which we are not really sure about, it will be better to have someone like Prasida or to have to come on board and help us set the company culture right. Obviously, we will have to discuss what we are aiming with the company culture with Prasida or someone like her. But I believe that will be the best way for us to go take things forward. That's my thought on this one.
Hi, okay, thank you, Shahid. Hi, Varit, can I hear your words?
Hi, Kabir. Thank you so much for this opportunity to come up and ask a question. And as a leader and an influencer of a community, I would like to know what are the main guidelines for establishing healthy, powerful, and impactful company and community. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll take it up. Thank you, Orit, for your question. Um, the first thing is you have to leave it to your people, because your people are your as real assets. And I have a company which is named Destination Workplace, and the tagline of my company is, it's the human side that builds the profit side of business. If you get the human side right, the profit comes up automatically. It's directly proportional to profit. People profit. The question is, what kind of a culture do you want? Do you want a profit over people culture, or people over profit culture to run in an organization? And the answer comes, the best guideline would be, ask your people, feel your people, ask them what are the challenges they are facing, ask them how can we make things better for them, ask them the hurdles. But for them to speak up again, you need to create a culture, an environment, a psychological safety where they feel safe enough to express their voice. You have to create a platform for a good employee voice where they can raise their honest opinions without the fear of being judged or without the fear of being cornered by their bosses or managers for that matter. So you have to find out ways where you can try to get the pulse of your people. Start from your people, because I truly believe that, problems, opportunities, and solutions lie within your organization. It is just that you really need to know the way to tap it out. So, and I also like the way you asked for the community. I really wanted to mention this earlier. It is like a snowball effect. It starts from employer, then the management, then the organization. And once you leave your day at work, you carry it to your family. If you're happy, then definitely, you have a great evening and a great quality time with your family. If you are stressed, the stress is seen in your family life, in with your health, with your children. Your children, our younger generation, is looking up to us, and what are they learning from us? So we as founders of organizations, I can see many founders over here. You have a very moral and ethical responsibility to not add on to the stress of your people, to understand them, to help create an environment where they leave their jobs happy and satisfied. Challenges will be there for sure, but learning to overcome them is what you have to help them with. So, and then from the family to the society. You can see people honking on the roads, and we say, oh, why is he honking? Maybe he had a bad day at work. So, some or the other way, his team member or his employer is responsible for that, right? So there are small things which affects the community. He may not go out, or he may not enjoy his life, and then it's all socio-economical thing. It's more related to the mental health of your employee as well. So it's a lot of factors. Workplace culture is a solution for so many other problems. I know I don't have time now, but then it's something that is, and we as owners of organizations, we as managements and CEOs, we have a responsibility that our employees are happy mentally, physically. There are four levels of energy that we can provide them: physical energy, an emotional energy, a mental energy, and a spiritual energy, where they connect with the work, the purpose of their work.
Thank you, Prasida, for that. And I have Salman here, and I would like to welcome all the guests who has come. Sajila, happy to see you here. She's a senior reporter of Gulf News, and welcome Nana, welcome Sibin. I'm very happy to see you back. Welcome Yahya, welcome Hari Krishna, welcome Tara, welcome Laden, and welcome Shiny, welcome Naushad, welcome Rajesh and Ankit. So now I would love to hear from Salman. Hi Salman.
Hi, Kabir. How are you? Thank you for giving me an opportunity to be in your space, and I really appreciate all those your good intentions to create a world, create and organize such a wonderful uh, opportunity on LinkedIn. Myself, I'm Salman. I'm sorry for being like I'm for the first time I'm having a conversation in such a platform with unknown people, and sorry in advance. So thank you, Mr. Kabir. Thank you, Jasir, Shahid. These all are the known people on the board, and thank you very much for having me here. For the topic for today is culture, workplace culture. So, what I believe is regarding the workplace culture, like it depends upon the size of organization and also how big and small is our organization. If it is very small, see, we can manage in whatever the way we likes to be in. But when the organization becomes larger and bigger, we may need to adopt or implement some culture in terms of like policies or something what the corporate says. And also, there are many good topics already the people over here have covered. And I wish the culture is always, it is very important related to an entity because many of the stakeholders around us are looking into our culture, how we interact with our customers, people. So we have to nurture from the very beginning itself. So nurturing a culture inside an organization, so it will be add on to every entities. So this perhaps shows our face in front of the stakeholders or the customers, whoever we are interacting with. Thank you, Mr. Kibir. That's all from me regarding the workspace culture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Salman. And it's almost the time to end. But before that, I would love to hear from Prasida your final words, like your final thoughts for the day. And we'll have few more sessions from Prasida. This is one thing. All of you startups, all of you entrepreneurs, all of you business people out there have to do it right. That is You need to have your workplace under your control. So one thing, all of you, so we'll have few more sessions from Prasida, who is a very good friend of mine and who has been supporting my startup farm chip, which is not there now, as you all know. So, like final words from Prasida.
Yeah, once again, thank you, Kabir, for the opportunity. I'll just keep it very, very simple. Culture is the key to growth and success, the core, the DNA of your business, and don't let it take a backseat because as like any operational practice process in your organization, culture should be prioritized as a strategy in itself. Otherwise, it will eat up all other strategies. So, focus on your culture and help your business thrive.
Thank you, Prasida. And Shahid, parting notes from you.
Thank you so much, Kabir. Thank you so much, Prasida. The topic was very much what we were looking forward to, especially we are just about to scale up our plans. So this was really an eye opener for us because I wasn't sure if I should be focusing on the scale up part or the building a culture part, but seems like it both goes hand in hand. So this came up at the very right time. Thank you once again for all of you who contributed to the session. It was really helpful. Thank you again.
Jasir, are you there now? So he was traveling for your parting notes. Okay, I think Jasir is not there. Uh, so, dear friend, we almost at the end of the session. And as I always tell, dream big, aim high, start small. Start very small that you can make a great impact. Start very small that you can focus on your project, what you're doing. Start very small that you can build a discipline around that. And start very small. It is very easy for you to master that one thing which you want to do. And once you start mastering it, and once you start focusing on it, and once you are disciplined on it, believe me, you are going to be a high performance entrepreneur. And you are going to make that change in this world, and you're going to impact millions and millions of people's life around the world. I want to see that happening from all of you. So, Kabir here, a dreamer, and I would like to tell keep dreaming, dream big as much as you can. So tomorrow we have a very exciting topic. We have Lance Miller, who is a world champion in public speaking, coming tomorrow. We have a session. You know the time. We have shifted the time from morning 10 a.m. to 10 a.m. To we have made it 6 because a lot of our friends here told it was a bit inconvenient for them to be a part of this show. And all of you know that we are conducting daily 5 a.m. Like 5 a.m. Dubai time to 6 a.m. We are having our sessions going on. So 5 to 5:10 you have a silent session, and after that 5:10 to 5:30 you have your habit formation. So that's more to your task building, and after that you have a motivation session, and after that you have your fitness session by Abhinal and Jerry. I want to make you all fit and mindful and healthy so that let's build a group of entrepreneurs who can make their impact in this world with lots of love. From this part of the world, pckabeer. Dream big, aim high, start small. In the count of three, we are going to close the room so all the panelists can tell you bye bye. Three, two,
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you very much.
everyone.
Bye bye. Bye bye.